on top of that, one of the topics I wrote down here, since we were been talking about mental health and stuff, since I want to be so heavily, and I will remind everybody every single fucking stream, I will remind every single one of you, do not be afraid to speak up about your mental health. If you're not happy, if you're not feeling well, no matter how dumb you think it might be, no matter how over dramatic you might think it might be, or how stupid it is that you're feeling this way, just talk about it. Bring it up to someone, whether it be a therapist, a good friend, some random person on the street, however you want to handle it. Do not ever overthink the situation as like, if you bring it up, you're wrong. It is 100% okay for you to bring up anything you're thinking about. The only way you will feel better and get better is by speaking about it, speaking up to someone, getting help. I recently had a friend reach out to me who wasn't feeling his best, and he reached out to me about a certain situation, and we talked about it. We talked about the situation, how it made him feel, everything going on with it. And I gave I comfort. I was there for him, gave him my thoughts on it and everything. And just the solid fact that he was able to get it off his chest and just say it. Just the fact that he could say it and look at it from an outside point of view made it that much easier for him to deal with. And it made his day a lot better. Whereas if he never talked to me, if he never reached out to me, his entire day would be nothing but depression and anxiety, because he'd be overthinking things, overreacting to the things going on in his head. It would not have been good. So if you reach out to somebody, and if you have nobody to reach out to, I am one DM away. I will always answer your DMs. It might not be immediate. It might not be that second, but I will answer you, and I will be there for you. I'm heavy behind the mental health stuff, because one, how many more people do we have to lose? Like, we already lost Etika. How many more people do we have to lose to realize that mental health is a serious thing? There is no shame in being sad. There is no shame in anxiety. There is no shame in depression. There is no shame in feeling certain ways and want to talk about it. If anybody makes you feel like you're wrong or you shouldn't feel a certain way, that means they should not be in your life. Those types of people you do not want in your life.
And don't be looking for a permanent solution to a temporary mental state, because you got a lot of time on the earth to work out all issues.
There's an unlimited amount of time, bro. The beauty of life that I've learned, and I was talking about Tumad this the other day, bro, the beauty of life is like, no matter how many bad things happen to you, no matter how sad things get, it's as long as you get yourself in a mental state where like you can remind yourself that it's okay, life happens, like you can't control everything, you're not in power, right? You're only in control of the decisions you make. I can't control what Tito does. I can't control what Gomeg does. I can't control what Doom does. If any of them were to do something really bad and it end up being harmful or bad or whatever, I can't control that. And I have to understand and accept the fact that I can't control everything, right? I can only control the way I live. I can only control if I want to pursue happiness. I might be sad at times, but it is my job to remind myself I can be happy. I'm allowed to be happy. I just got to work for it. I just got to, sit down, focus, breathe, take time to think about it, and like really talk about it, get it off my chest, and then you get better. Only focus on yourself. You can't make other people around you happy if you're not happy.
True.
That's true. You gotta love yourself before you can love anyone else.
Because so my tattoo artist, the best way he described it, he asked me a question. He said, if you had to choose to say to help in a situation, to help you, your mom, or your sister, who are you helping, right? And everybody's answer is probably their mom or their sister. And he was like, you're not going to succeed in life. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, because if you're not willing to help yourself first and build yourself up, how the fuck do you expect to help anybody around you? How can you possibly help anybody around you if you are at the bottom? If I can't be happy by myself and I can't help myself and I can't pick myself up, how can I possibly try and help the people around me? How can I make the people around me better if I'm giving myself up in the long run of doing that.
That is true. It's like this. You got to think of it as, like you said, you need to fulfill yourself to be. It's like you need to be comfortable yourself.
100%.
You need to be comfortable. You need to be, like you prioritize yourself.
Yep.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've learned. You make yourself the priority. Like in a survival situation, what do they tell you? They say if it's you or somebody else, right? Yeah. Like you got to prioritize you. Like as bad as it is, as long as you understand the facts that are
exactly.
Them,
you gotta. It's okay to be selfish.
Yeah, you choose you.
Exactly.
It's okay to be selfish, right? I mean, there's a time and place to be selfish, but it's okay to be selfish. There's nothing wrong with it.
I think that's like the best thing as an adult you learn.
But like, it's just sometimes we learn it sooner and sometimes you learn it later. And I just want to remind everyone that you gotta start focusing on yourself. Look deep down and come to terms with yourself. Like that's just how it all works. It's just you can't become the top if you're always at the bottom mentally. You know what I mean? You gotta take one step at a time. Another thing is everybody mixes all their problems and everything they deal with into a big ass pot and they try to drink it all at once, making a mess, and it just doesn't work. You have to take it one step at a time, one situation at a time. You separate them, handle one at a time.
True. But what I do is my solution is have no problems.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you have to be able to be there first.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You know what you know Doom's problems? He just ignores them. That's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, you don't listen. You don't gotta acknowledge shit. That's up to your mental prerogative. Okay, I exist because I exist. I don't need to tackle the warriors of the world.
Yeah, but you also made sure you're happy in the long run. That's all that matters. However you're happy, that's all that matters. As long as you get there, it doesn't matter how you...
Well, the thing is, everything comes whenever it comes. Like, if the crackhead wants to approach me for a boss fight, then that happens at that moment. It's not in my head later that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, live life by the moment.
Yeah,
that's
like, if I'm Alan getting hit by the car and dying, and then I respawn, and I'm like, damn, I almost died. You know what? That happened and it sucks, but
respawn.
At least I respawned.
I think I respawned.
Yeah, like it is possible that Alan is